Well, today on the show, we're going to interview Murray Triplett and Greg Johnson,
local filmmakers.
So let's go ahead and start out with the trailer of their new film, Anthems of War.
I'm under Lieutenant Reese, sir. I think you better go talk with him.
Hey, we can get you some R&R back at headquarters, Lieutenant. You deserve it.
Lucky Chapman's pin.
You're a soldier, Omi. You did what you had to do.
I'm glad I think so.
Come on up, guys. All right, Murray, Greg.
How you guys doing? Take a seat.
All right, welcome to the show.
Excited to be here.
Good. So are we. That was a great trailer. Why don't we start with you just telling us about that trailer? What did we just see?
Anthems of War is a story about the aftermath of a battle in one of the battlefronts of northern Italy. Southern Italy. We haven't decided which part of Italy yet.
It's all a boot.
Yeah. Anyway, it's about the Big Red One battalion that fought in World War II, and the aftermath of the battles.
Where did you guys get your ideas for this? What's your source material for the movie?
A producer and I are really into World War II, just like history. We collect the guns, and we had done a TV pilot that involved some costumes, so we had about 5 costumes already and had probably like 5 or 6 authentic World War II guns in our possession. So we're like, hey, we should do a World War II movie just for fun. And Murray is a writer, so we got him to write it. And we kind of just put everything together, coughed up some money to buy more costumes, and then talked to some people and got some contacts for reenactors and like the old military vehicles, and just kind of threw it all together and had a day of fighting with each other and making some art.
So where did you find these military vehicles and actors?
Through one of the people who have military vehicles.
Is this like
just
a club?
asking around? Exactly. There is a club. Tell them about the club.
It's called like the Military Vehicle Preservation Society, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Of Utah?
Yeah, of Utah. His name's there's a guy, George Stokes, who lives down in Payson, who has a garage full of like 2 Commander cars, a couple Willys, then a half track, which is crazy. And then Bruce Morgan lives out in Tooele, I think, or west somewhere, and he has a half-ton truck.
They are the society, those two.
There's a few more members, but those are the 2 guys that we know. We've used Bruce a couple times, so they're kind of old, and this is what they do. They love to collect. They love to show off their collection, and he invited us.
They do it for cheap because they love to. This is what they love to do.
And they love to share the history. And when someone younger is excited and shares the same interest, they're all about sharing what they have to offer. So like he even called us like, hey, come down and check out my cars, even though we already knew what we wanted. He's like, just come down. And we spent like an hour while he just gave us the history of each car, and we're World War II nuts, so we were like, cool,
These guys are really, really cool and really good to work with.
What other resources do you guys use like here in Utah in terms of besides the the military preservation society, like to find actors and
Well, I'm in charge of the Wasatch Film Group, which is an online Yahoo group where there's actors and filmmakers and extras, makeup people, costume people, composers. They all are on this board, and it's all composed of everybody from Wasatch Front who want to make movies.
Right.
And anytime that I need something, I just
And most of these people that get on there are working for free, right?
Is this
sometimes
volunteer community?
Sometimes it's volunteer. Sometimes you have to throw a little bit of bait out there just
Right.
to get people
Like
excited
cheap
about
pizza
it.
and
Exactly.
water.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a
work
little
for
bit
that.
of Little Caesars, you know.
Through all of your experiences now, if there was one piece of wisdom you could share with a new filmmaker, what would it be?
Well, I'd say just keep shooting, you know? I mean, your first film's may be awesome, but it's probably not going to be. So just make sure every film is a little bit better than your last one. So if you just keep trying and then show it to people and get honest feedback. I mean, like your grandma's going to be like, yeah, it's great. Your mom's going to say, we still love you, even though your movie stinks, you know? So just keep trying. Yeah, I don't really...
You know, my piece of advice is really work on your story and make sure that it's a sound story. And a lot of times you're not going to realize what you should be shooting until you've shot a few things and then go back and say, wow, I put in so much time and there were so many people who helped me on this project, and then I spent months in post and the story is not very good, you know, and it doesn't cost anything to rework your script into a good story.
So what is a good story?
You know, I think more and more stories with dramatic irony are what get people. And what I mean by dramatic irony is kind of like the joke that doesn't make you laugh. And I know that sounds weird, but it's when you set up those elements in your story and then at the very end, they all come together like a good joke. And you're just like, yeah, exactly. I didn't expect that ending to come, but when it came, that's exactly what needed to happen.
All right.
What would be some of your favorite films that you feel like really, or filmmakers that are really adept at using this technique?
Frank Darabont,
Yeah.
you know, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
An amazing ending that you don't see coming, but when it does come, you go, oh, it's perfect.
Feel good.
Oh, it's perfect, and it's a great upbeat ending too.
It is.
You got anything? Ask him the 5 years.
Do we want to ask the 5-year question?
5-year plan?
Sure.
Get ready.
Where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to be shooting on high 8, kind of regress a little bit.
I've got one of those cameras if you want.
No, I'd like in the next couple of years to have a feature under my belt, but I've been saying that for a couple of years. So that's one thing that's really difficult to come by, and I don't think it's necessarily the funding or getting the people to help you on something like that. It's really getting a story that's worth putting the effort into it.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as it's fun and intriguing to me, I'll be doing it. I mean, money and fame, I don't really care. As long as I can go to work, do something I like to do, and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about to me. I don't really care about the spotlight or what it, you know. I mean, money's cool and fame, maybe. I don't know. I've never experienced it, so.
Well, if you don't care about the spotlight, let's go ahead and move on. We've got a great tutorial you guys are going to help us with, showing us how to do some manning. So let's go ahead and go to our tutorial.